Hello everyone, and welcome to this part of my Darthmod France late campaign let's play, and I'm Stifter, by the way. So, seems like declaring war on France is the hip thing to do these days. So, Savoy, or no, Genoa, already defeated Savoy, partially. Well, they have declared war on me, and then decided to invade. And of course, I took the army that was here, and decided that, well, you can see right there, some of it is needed elsewhere, so I'm not at war with any of these guys, and actually allied with these guys, so let's just go ahead and do that. So, that means that Savoy is, well, relatively undefended, compared to what it was the previous turn. So this will be fun. This will be very interesting. And of course another attack here. That's just what we needed. And of course every other attack here just doesn't bother negotiating peace. Not one of them. It's hugely irritating, trust me. Okay. Well, I could partially deploy in the city, but the enemy has 3 units of artillery, so I don't really think that it is a good idea to do that. Of course, we can place 1 unit in here, I guess. Well, maybe not. I can actually run them in here, so I'll run them in there, but I think they will be torn to shreds pretty much immediately. Well, I have carabiners, I have cuirassier, and yeah, that's it when it comes to cavalry. But what I of course can do is to wait until the AI just throws away its cavalry immediately, and then try to get a counter charge on and take out his artillery. So that's my plan. Yeah, something like that. And, okay, not every one of these are eligible. Okay, these are garrison. And that was the only garrison. Okay then. There we go. So, some cannon shots may bounce. But many of them will hit. So, we just have to deal with that. Actually, I might do something like, let's see. Okay, you have fairly a lot of guys, so do you, and you and you and you. So we'll have a first line right here. Okay, some men might come from here, so let's do something like that. Let's take a look at the line of sight. Reasonable, I guess. But I am deploying right outside the forest, which as you saw in my previous video, or the one before that, I think it was the previous one, no, the one before that, you actually can get a lot of kills by having your line infantry in the forest. But the second line will be deployed like this, with a big hole in the middle. There we go. Yeah, I think that's reasonable, if we can only drag it out a bit. And there we go. So, cavalry ready to do stuff, I guess. General coming as far back as possible from the battle, because he is a very valuable general, trust me. I think he has 4, or maybe not 4, but 5 stars, I think. Okay, so these guys are boarding up in the town hall, which probably will get demolished immediately. Artillery exposed, just the way I like it. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, technically 4 units of cavalry. Well, I'll just wait until they throw it away. Hopefully throw it away. And then do something to respond to that. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. With these things being, what should I say? Being able to barricade in them. Probably the most unsafe thing when it comes to artillery fire ever. But apparently my garrison line, the only one not offended by trenches, are being attacked. Yeah, you can see the cavalry is actually pretty well defended here. On both flanks actually. And I think he might just want to pound my defenders into the ground and win the battle that way. And that's a very valid tactic, because it's going to work, trust me. Yeah, you can see these defenses, there you go, trying to pronounce that correctly, aren't working too good. You still take a lot of damage. Yeah. This is not looking good. I might just take these guys and run them into the forest. They're protected from... Well, they have an advantage against troops firing into the forest. They have... they do better against cavalry, because cavalry don't do well in forest. And artillery fire will have a tougher time to actually penetrate the trees and hit the units. They will hit the units, but they will hit few of the units. Oh, look at that pathfinding. Wow. That's some pathfinding. And General being here, quite exposed actually. But is too close to his lines and his other cavalry to try to do something. And remember, these are just carabiners, so they are good at shooting, and they can do melee attacks, but they aren't any good at it, trust me. And not compared to the specialized cavalry. By the way, I'm thinking of starting a either Darthmod Napoleon Let's Play, or or an Imperial Splendor Empire, not Darthmod, but Empire playthrough. So I just wanted to know, do you as a viewer have any preferences? Do you want to see a game? I might just, I think I'll make a video just on like an announcement of it, and you can give your decision there. But I would like to have it here as well. So once again, I'm thinking of either doing a Darthmod of Napoleon, which I know is a good mod, and Empire Imperial Splendor 2, I think, 2.1 or something. Fight is about to start, let's see. Oh yeah. Yeah, or an Imperial Splendor. I haven't chosen yet, really. So, also, what nation would you want me to play as? And the interesting thing in Imperial Splendor is that it actually differs the nations. There aren't carbon copies of each other, other than basically just some naval units and some land units, and basically everything else being the same. Like in Imperial Splendor, for example, Prussian units fires 4 shots a minute, and they're the only nation that does so. But historically, they have had a small military force, so the regiments are quite small in comparison. And the other way around, the Russians, they aren't known as having the best units, but they have loads of them, so that's the difference. Line infantry, shaken, but still there, and they're soon engaging in melee, so let's toggle guard mode. These guys still being protected by cavalry. The AI is playing smart on this one, very smart. The general, on the other hand, not as smart. Actually, I think I'll put all of my units in the forests, or close to every one of them. It actually seems like a decent choice here. And then he just stands there. Oh well, that's fine by me. I'll think I'll try to take the... Oh, they're actually slightly undefended. Okay. Okay, turn off fire at will. Do it like that. And then fire at will. There we go, and then go into melee. And I'll have my Cuirassier coming over to help ASAP, and well, that might be too late, we'll see. Speaking of carabiners, here comes the Genoan carabiners. Okay. Yep, Horse Guards. They should be able to have some impact. 107. Again, okay, they're dropping rapidly. But actually, I have killed a lot of regimental force in melee as well. This might go the way. Ah, pathfinding. Great. And cavalry coming into the fray. There we go, and there we go. That should do the trick. That's the remaining line I got, except for the militia, which I think I'll bring out of that. I don't think they are in the range of the artillery even, so that's no use. As to these guys, I think I'll do something like that, maybe? Yeah, looking good. How's this looking? Not as good. But, well, once again, the Horse Guards will probably come to the rescue. I surely hope so. Okay, as I was saying, I think I will... Or I was going to say. I don't know if I actually said that. My mind has a tendency to wander, as you probably have figured out by now. I took fire as well off these guys so they won't fire into the back of my own men, which have a tendency to be a bad idea. So I'll wait until the men seems to be routing. Whoops, speaking of. Okay, or all have guard mode enabled, which is quite a good thing. Okay. If I do come on. Let me deploy, goddammit. Okay, like that. That seems fine. My squares are holding up, which is quite good. And now they stopped. Yeah. Okay, at least the cavalry, yeah, the cavalry. Yeah, I guess the cavalry is not defended anymore. What am I talking about? The artillery is not defended anymore, and the cavalry has the opportunity to kill the cavalry. Artillery! Damn it! Ah, was so close. Okay, enable fire at will. Okay, that was enough. Okay, these guys are lower down, so I will be able to shoot over their heads, particularly, especially from this angle right here. The artillery is now routing, and I have carabiners, which are ready and loaded. They will be able to fire on the general, because the general unit have a tendency to be quite tough actually. So I'll march them up there, make them reload, and well, never mind then. The general himself might not be so resilient to bullets and sabers. Okay, my unit has routed right there. Turn on fire at will, all across the line. And yeah, I think this battle is won. Not yet, but it's certainly a winning battle. Okay, so fire at will, on. Will hit some of my own men, but still. Yeah. Loads of casualties. And we have only one unit remaining here. Of the enemy, that is. I don't think that will last too long, to be honest. And there we go. Artillery, only thing remaining, except the general. But I think I can actually pull away here and send in my carabiners and still win. And just as I said that, the unit broke and routed. So now all that remains is potentially returning infantry and the artillery. And the artillery will not be operational for long. So you go for those, and you can go for those. But I think these guys might take these guys out simultaneously. Artillery is doing something. Oh yeah, these are guards. These guys. Not these guys though. How many guards do I actually have in this battle? I think this is the only one. Yeah, seems like. And they were among the ones who took the most pounding, and they still stood firm. And yeah, that's it, right? So really, all that remains is just to try to kill off as many men as possible. But I think I have significantly damaged many of them. So let's kill off some of these blobs right here. And yeah, that should be it. Let's see, 4 men of line infantry left. I can leave them alone. Excellent pathfinding. So I'm just hunting them down, and yeah, these guys won't return. Realistically, they won't return because the cannons are standing here. But you never know. This game doesn't really aim to be realistic. That's to be said. Well, the mod does, but still, it's not entirely realistic as you can imagine. And that's it, right? These guys, and yeah, that's it. So these guys won't return. That's almost a given. So we can just end it here. A close victory. That's for certain. I should have lost that, to be honest. If I was the one playing as Genoa, I would have won. I'm fairly certain about that. I'm fairly confident about that. So, what happened? Well, basically one turn of nothing, because after all of the trade I established, well, of course, Prussia, what should I say? Assembling his armies and attacking Hanover, and you can see to the north you can see another army. But beside that, well, after all of the trade negotiation that I did in the previous parts, that's all invalid because all of the trade ports I had, well, they got destroyed by either British or Prussians or Spanish. So I got like 400 gold or whatever the currency is at this point. But I also, seeing all the potential attacking armies, I decided to reinforce Hanover with units from Amsterdam. And of course the artillery didn't make it all the way. That's annoying. Actually, one unit of artillery did, but not all of them, which is a bit weird. But at least I merged many of the regiments, as you might tell. And at least I have a strong force. So I have, let's see, 3,500 versus 5,000, just about. So this is the main army, the main reinforcing army, and we have some small reinforcing armies. So this will be interesting. This might take a long time, and I'm sure he won't complain. Might cut this part in two, we'll see. Well, it depends on how long the battle will be. So if I make a cut right here, if the part ends, don't get too mad because you're gonna see a huge battle in the next part. But we'll see. So, prepare to defend.